All right, wrestling fans, welcome back here to the Nation Network. It is a new year, and the World Wrestling Federation continues to bring you the action like nobody else on the planet. Mean Scheme here along with Craig DeGeorge and Craig today. Saturday morning superstars of wrestling. We're going to see them all. Well, no doubt about it, we've got a tremendous show coming your way today, ladies and gentlemen. Some of the greatest names in wrestling. We've got a very special tag team main event that we're going to tell you more about a little bit later in the program. I guarantee you've never seen anything like it here, and this is going to be history-making. Indeed, these are the words that we seem to be throwing around a lot lately, but that's because we keep on making history here at the World Wrestling Federation. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we're going to send it up to the ring for our opening contest, and it could be the main event anywhere in the world. We're going to be featuring the Intercontinental Champion, Tito Santana, as he gets ready to go up against George the Animal Steele. Let's go to ringside.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 275 pounds.
Well, I'll say this right now, George the Animal Steele is kind of like a ship without a rudder. He was originally being led by Captain Lou Albano. That didn't pan out for him. Then the Grand Wizard sort of stepped in and took over. Now the Grand Wizard has retired from professional wrestling. He is no longer around. Well, indeed, it is a different day. A different landscape here in the World Wrestling Federation. But still the top performers anywhere in the world, including this man right here, Tito Santana, the reigning Intercontinental Champion. Well, the native of Tacula, Mexico, very happy to come out here for these fans week in and week out.
And his opponent from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, weighing in at 234 pounds, the Intercontinental Champion, Tito Santana.
Santana recently defending that championship against the man who was the original holder, Pat Patterson. He is a fighting champion. He puts that title on the line against the who's who of professional wrestling. He doesn't duck. He doesn't hide. Not the first time he's stepping inside the squared circle with George the Animal Steele either, I don't mind saying. Well, George the Animal Steele, to your point earlier when you mentioned that he's like a rudderless ship, which I thought was a tremendous analogy. George Steele needs that rudder. He needs somebody to guide him. Well, there are a lot of qualified managers still out there. There's Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South. He could do it. I'm not sure that Jimmy Hart would be able to control this man. It takes somebody a little bit different, a little bit more, perhaps sinister even. Well, we've seen luscious Johnny V showing up here in the role of manager as of late, and you know what? That wouldn't be a bad fit either. Well, these two men tie up early on, and Santana unloads with a big right hand. And just like that, he's in control of George the Animal Steele and going after the leg. Look at the look on the face of George Steele as Santana starts to work the ankle and the knee of George the Animal Steele early on in this one, and we all know why. No doubt about it, if he gets half a chance, he's going to try and put that figure four leg lock on him, and if he can slap that on him, it's usually party over. Santana now going up to the top rope. George the Animal Steele managing to get out of the way just in the nick of time, and now rolling up Santana. Shoulders are down. The Intercontinental Championship not on the line here tonight, but nonetheless, Santana definitely wants to come away with a victory. When you're the defending champion, you always look for those wins. And look at George the Animal Steele now biting the hand of the Intercontinental Champion. Well, I've heard of finger licking good before, but this has taken it to a whole new level. And now Georgie Animal Steel hammered away on Santana. This is pretty much the style of Georgie Animal Steel. He's a brawler. He doesn't worry about wrestling as per se. He's a brawler. He'll get out there. He'll fight you. He will bite you. And there it is on cue. Indeed, biting the head of Santana. But now the native of Tacoola getting fired up. There's a nice head scissor takedown. And Georgie Animal Steel gonna find out about what happens. What is that song? Don't spit in Superman's face. Santana taking great offense. There's the Irish whip off the ropes and now back body drop. Georgie Animal Steel comes crashing down, and look at Santana attacking the neck of Georgie Animal Steel. Well done. And now the Animal has Santana up, bringing him over, and drops him across the top rope. Steel thinks he's got him beat. I doubt it very seriously, but he got a 2 count on him, and Santana had to fight his way out of that. Head first into the canvas. Santana bent, has his bell rung, and now Georgie Animal Steel again driving Santana head first into the mat. Steel wants him back up on his feet. Santana not sure what's going on right now. What is George Steele doing? From the middle rope down with a double axe handle right to the back of the neck. Not too bad against the Intercontinental Champion, even without a manager. Maybe he doesn't need a manager. Well, I'll tell you right now, if he can pull out a victory over Tito Santana, that's what I'll believe as well. But Santana caught him with that flying forearm. Indeed, and now Santana going to go for that figure 4 leg lock. This could be the end of the night for Georgie Animal Steel. Santana slaps it on him. He's going to have to roll out of this. I thought he might reach for those ropes, but he couldn't get to him in time. Santana now backed up to the ropes, and now Georgie Animal Steel. What's he going to do? Choking him out on that top rope. Look at this. I'll tell you right now, Georgie Animal Steel, not one to worry about technical style. He's only going to, oh, there it is. He's got that armbar on there. Santana may have to tap out. Georgie Animal Steel able to do a lot of damage with that inverted hammerlock of his. And Santana's a champion. He's got to be thinking about the long-term effects of a move like that, especially when the title's not on the line here. Nice return now by Santana, jumping back into the position of control this match. Targeting the arm of Georgie Animal Steel. One good turn deserves another, I'd say. Santana rolls him over, now hooks the leg. Will that be enough for the win? No, not quite yet, but getting closer every time. Georgie Animal Steel is now on the apron. Santana charges in, and Steel got caught off the apron, landing hard on the floor here ringside. Santana to the top rope. What has he got in mind? Down across the back, and Georgie Animal Steel is in trouble. Tito Santana came from the top rope all the way down and just leveled George Steele. Flying head scissor by the Intercontinental Champion to take Georgie Animal Steel down. And now Santana has him tied up in a submission hold, but you're on the floor. That's not going to happen. George Steele is indeed tapping out, it looked like, but it doesn't matter. You're outside the ring. It can only count inside. Santana just sent Georgie Animal Steel flying all the way down towards the guardrail. The referee, in the meantime, continues the count. I don't think Georgie Animal Steel is going to be able to return to this match. Slowly getting up, and it may not be enough time to beat the count. No, he is done. George Steele could not continue. As we take a look back at this one, there were some great moments here for both of these men, but George the Animal Steele simply wasn't able to put this one away.
Well, we talk again about the fact that George the Animal Steele without a manager just isn't the best version of George the Animal Steele that he could be. And the real question is, will he be able to find someone who will manage him at this point in his career?
To think how close a year ago that man was to becoming our world heavyweight champion. Unbelievable. Big victory for Tito Santana to kick us off. We'll be back with plenty more action. Stay with us. Saturday morning, Superstars of Wrestling here on the Nation Network.
With Wrestling Superstars, it's like having a real match right in your own home. There's Jimmy Superfly Snuka, the Iron Sheik, Hulk Hogan, and Big John Studd. And now you can fly them and flip them in the Sling 'em Wrestling Ring. Wrestling Superstars and New Wrestling Ring, each sold separately from LJN.
All right, fans, we are back. Fans, we have some news to share with you here tonight. The World Wrestling Federation, one of the greatest promotions of all time in the world of professional wrestling. And we take our show on the road, constantly bringing the greatest wrestling action to cities near you. We recently had the opportunity to do just that. The World Wrestling Federation was in Boston, the Boston Garden, the fabled home of Larry Bird and the Boston Celtics. We had that night a match referred to in our industry as a dark match. That is a match that takes place before the broadcast begins, where you, the fans, are watching on television. During this particular match, in this dark match, some events took place that we have been asked to share with you, the fans. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got to let you know right up front, this is not going to be a pleasant introduction to a match that took place, again, before the broadcast began, but the cameras were indeed rolling to capture this one.
Yeah, well, you and I were both there. We saw what happened, and we're going to share it now with the fans. The match took place, and it was an open invitation. Sergeant Slaughter said, whoever wants to step in the ring with me tonight, let's go. And the man who took him up on it was Mr. Fuji. Let's go to the videotape of what happened at the Boston Garden.
All right, at this point in time, Sergeant Slaughter has entered the arena. He's entered the ring. And he is ready to go to battle. No two ways about it. Fuji already there. Did not even take off his cap and glasses.
Well, there's no doubt about it. Sergeant Slaughter was there to make a statement, and a statement he's going to make.
Well, we've heard him over 2 weeks ago when he called out Jesse the Body Ventura. He made it clear anyone who was against the USA was going to have a bullseye painted on them. Jesse Ventura a week later was taken out by Sergeant Slaughter and that Cobra Clutch. Here in the Boston Garden, Slaughter with the back body drop on Fuji in complete control.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Fuji understood what he was signing up for. I mean, he knew who he was going to face. But Sergeant Slaughter, he's a different man.
Well, indeed he is. And Slaughter right now is a man possessed. If you stand opposed to the United States, you better know that this man means business. Look at that. Cannon clothesline almost took the head off of Fuji.
The crowd there in the Boston Garden solidly behind Sergeant Slaughter, and there he is saluting this crowd. At this point in time, Fuji really being decimated at the hands of Sergeant Slaughter. And I get the feeling he could have put him away already. Well, he could have, Gene, but he's made it very clear. He's not here to beat you. He's here to end you. Off the ropes, back out front. Slaughter catching him right down near the waistline, and it was pretty close to the border. Talk about crossing borders. Well, at this point, Fuji actually managed to get a little bit of offense in there. Caught Slaughter coming off the ropes. Now hits him with a suplex. But look at Slaughter right back up, right back into the battle, wasting no time at all. Big headbutt that time by Sergeant Slaughter. Slaughter once again right back to the control position. Fuji doing everything he can to just try and keep Slaughter off balance. Most of it not working, but at this moment, he's got something happening here. Gonna try and build on it if he can. Goes to the eyes, and that's the type of move that Fuji is known for. Well, that and that salt, which I am surprised he hadn't pulled out. Tremendous move right there by Fuji to hit with a belly-to-belly suplex, and Sergeant Slaughter able to kick out of that one quickly. But now you've raised the ire of the Sergeant. And the Drill Sarge coming back with a series of heavy forearms to the lower back of Mr. Fuji. Well, at this point in time, Fuji's got to be thinking, I've hit him with a lot of stuff, and he comes right back as if I didn't. Including another big counting clothesline, this time into the turnbuckle. Fuji with nowhere to go. Here we see Fuji starting to feel some desperation. Going down low on Sergeant Slaughter, and Slaughter now is absolutely furious. Well, Sergeant Slaughter, I mean, he already considered himself going to war with Fuji. You hit a man like that, you're definitely making this a battle. And there's the Cobra Clutch locked on Fuji. And Slaughter hanging on to it for an extra long period of time. The referee waiting for Fuji to signal, and he wouldn't do it. Slaughter finally drops him, and now out to the floor the action spills. Well, here's the whole thing about that Cobra Clutch. Slaughter has it on so tight that it is restricting not only the blood supply to the brain, but also oxygen as well. And rather than let his opponent go limp and fall to the ground and get the victory, he holds him up, and the referees haven't been certain and not aware, apparently, that these men are actually out cold. Now he's busted Fuji open here on the floor with those heavy right hands, and now the blood flowing. And once Sergeant Slaughter gets a taste of that, it is open season. Fans, we've seen what that Cobra Clutch did to Jesse the Body Ventura. He is still medically induced into a coma to this day. We don't know when or if we will ever see him again. Fuji now is bleeding like a stuck pig, and now Slaughter picking his moments, and here we go. Another Cobra Clutch locked in. Fuji, a bloody mess, and he is starting to fade. He's already out at this point in time, but the referee unaware. Yeah, you see Slaughter holding him up. He won't let him fall to the ground. Well, we can tell you this much right now, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Fuji has indeed suffered some injuries as a result of that match between the pile driver on the floor and then not one, but two Cobra Clutch holds being placed on him. It appears that Mr. Fuji's in-ring career is over. We hope to see him back here at some point in time, but so far as being an active competitor, that may not be the case. Well, that has also brought up a big point from the directors and the powers that be and the president of the WWF. There is talk right now about outlawing the Cobra Clutch because simply too dangerous.
Fans, we've been asked to let you in on this. We are going to be posting for your review an opportunity to weigh in. Should the Cobra Clutch be banned? You'll have a chance to vote on it. We will find out what the cumulative damage is and what the votes are, as well as what the president of the WWF has to say. One way or another, Sergeant Slaughter has proven time and time again now he is a force to be reckoned with here in the World Wrestling Federation for sure. If you're against the United States, you better be looking over your shoulder because Sergeant Slaughter is the sniper who will take you out. Fans will be back with plenty more action in just a moment. Stay with us.
There's only one man who can tell the world all that goes on in pro wrestling.
I'm Captain Lou, and I'm talking to you about the world of pro wrestling. Call me. I'm telling you. This number's for you. Mom, you raised a great son.
There'll be no more calls for you, Lou. My boys and I are taking you in. Get it. Come on.
I got a right to make one phone call, and so do you.
Lou Albano's Wrestling Hotline, available until further notice or a hearing. Call now. $1.50 for the first minute, 35 cents each additional minute.
All right, fans, we are back. Tavish Noon in the ring. Here's his opponent, Greg the Hammer Valentine with luscious Johnny Valiant.
Well, Greg the Hammer Valentine has been looking for opportunities to get back into his old winning ways, and it's been a bit of a stumbling block over the last several months.
Well, indeed, he was the inaugural WWF Television Champion, lost that title to Hacksaw Jim Duggan, tried valiantly to get it back, simply couldn't get it done. And if you think he had a bad disposition before, oh, he's a different guy now, that's for sure. The Hammer, Greg Valentine, not exactly receiving a warm welcome from the crowd here. Tavish Noon, the journeyman who has been throughout the world in the world of professional wrestling, comes to us by way of the great UK. Ties up with Greg the Hammer Valentine, the son of the legendary Johnny Valentine.
Yeah, there's always something a little bit different when you're a second generation or third generation wrestler because you literally grew up in the wrestling industry.
Yeah, there is definitely a different type of cloth that you're cut from when you have had that experience, no doubt about it. When you're Greg the Hammer Valentine and have stories of being in your home with people like Dick the Bruiser and Ernie the Big Cat Lad. Definitely gives you a different perspective, I would suggest. Tavish Noon comes charging in, and Greg Valentine is staggered right there. Oh, clubbing shot to the back of the head. And now Tavish going to try and pull out the upset here. Shoulders are down for the count of one, and Valentine able to kick out. Nice move right there by Tavish, dropping that knee to the head as Johnny V looking on from ringside at his latest acquisition.
One thing about Tavish Noon, we all know, because of his experience, it helps him do very well in matches like this, even though his win-loss record isn't exactly the most impressive here in the World Wrestling Federation. He's always in a fight, and we know one thing for sure, he can win. We've seen upsets.
Johnny V there ringside trying to talk his man back to the top here, but Valentine, you have to start to wonder to yourself psychologically, where's this guy at with some of the matches he's had lately?
Losing can be an illness, a sickness of sorts. There's no doubt about it. When you start to lose matches that you feel you should have won, it can mess with your psyche. And that's in any sport, anywhere. An athlete's mind is a very fragile instrument. Right now, Greg the Hammer Valentine, he's battling with his. Valentine now going after the arm. A little bit surprising there. We're used to seeing him target the leg so he can set up for that figure four leg lock. Tavish Noon right in front of Johnny V. Valentine is there. I'm not sure if he's getting some advice or not from his manager, but luscious Johnny V doesn't seem too happy about the way things are going for his man. What is he doing? What is he doing? He's got a kendo stick in there, does luscious Johnny V. Threw it into the ring. Referee, I don't even know if he's aware of what just happened. Tavish pulling out a 2 count. And now the referee has spotted the stick. He put it back down in the ring. What is going on here? I have no idea, but this is not a no disqualification match. So if anyone uses that kendo stick, it'll be a disqualification for sure. Valentine now. Oh, he's going for it. He got caught in a small package. This will be a bad day for the Hammer. Rolls it over. Close call right there. Greg Valentine reversing the small package. Nicely done. Driving a knee to the midsection. And now all of a sudden, Valentine charges in with a big clothesline and Tavish goes down. Valentine going after the leg and getting it ready for the figure four leg lock if he can. Yeah, this is what I was expecting out of Greg Valentine earlier. Now we're seeing it targeting the leg, and that is his calling card, if you will. Indeed, as Valentine just slams him down and now stretching him out. No mercy from Greg the Hammer Valentine. Definitely cut from the same cloth as his legendary father. And now Valentine going after the arm again. Makes me wonder if Johnny V hasn't talked some new strategies into Greg the Hammer Valentine. Well, you know what? Part of getting a new manager is to get new input. The chicken wing is hooked up, and that's a lethal maneuver if done properly. What a move by Valentine. Stomping on the foot to get out of there quickly. Oh, what a move. 2.5 count. Valentine just drove the back of the head and neck of Tavish Noon into the mat, and now he ties him up. And there's a variation of the sharpshooter. That's a move that we're used to seeing from Bret the Hitman Hart. Oh, and he got a submission out of it. Greg Valentine not relying this time around on the figure four, but instead going after the sharpshooter. Methods and means, Gene. Methods and means. Whatever works. And that worked. Well, perhaps the influence of Johnny V has paid off. Valentine with a tremendous win. He needed a big win. He's got one here this morning. Almost pulled it out right there with that nice reversal on the small package. I thought he had him right there with that one as well. But look at him leaning back on it, sitting deep into it. The torque on the back as well as the legs.
The Hammer, Greg Valentine.
Very impressive win for Greg the Hammer Valentine and his new manager, luscious Johnny V. Fans, shortly, our main event will be coming up. And we've got a major announcement to share with you as a result of that. As we mentioned earlier, the World Wrestling Federation, the highest level of professional wrestling you can achieve anywhere, taking our show on tour around the country and indeed around the world. Next week, we will be taking the Saturday Morning Superstars on the road as we head to Japan. That's right.
In recent weeks, we have seen one of the top performers, their current champion, Antonio Inoki, gracing us with his presence in different cities like Philadelphia and Boston and New York. We will be taking our talent to the world-famous Egg Dome in Tokyo for what promises to be a memorable night of professional wrestling. Further to that, next Saturday morning, Superstars of Wrestling will be coming from the Tokyo Hall. It will be a tremendous week for the World Wrestling Federation in Japan. And to kick it off tonight in our main event right here on Saturday Morning Superstars, we will see two of the best from Japan in our main event in tag team action. All that and more when we return with more Saturday Morning Superstars of Wrestling.
How can I get muscles like you guys? Wow, Mr. Wonderful!
You can start by getting in shape with a Hulkamania workout set.
Great!
This got everything you need. Head and wristband, a jump rope for warming up, a hand gripper for power, dumbbells for strength, an exercise poster, and even Hulk's own workout tape.
The Hulkamania workout set. You from LJN.
Are you in shape yet?
Yeah!
Oh!
All right, fans, we are back and ready for more action. Denny Brown in the ring at this time, and he's getting ready to go up against one half of the Wild Samoans.
Weighing in at 326 pounds.
Well, we talk about what happens when talent loses their leadership. It has been many months since Captain Lou Albano has abandoned the Wild Samoans, and there are those that would argue they've never looked better. They were able to regain the tag team titles, albeit for a very short period of time, but they did that on their own. So when we talk about people like Georgie Animal Steel, for example, there is hope. As long as he can get himself in the right direction. Now, whether that be on his own or with other people, we've already seen it. And here tonight, one-on-one action, it's going to be Sika, I believe, is the one scheduled to go up against Denny Brown. This should be a tremendous matchup. Not used to seeing either of the Samoans in singles competition, so not sure what to expect. Well, I'm not sure that that's going to matter a whole lot here tonight because these two guys are absolutely powerhouses. When you talk about a force to be reckoned with, Afa, Sika, they are indeed just that. Denny Brown early on relying on the top wrist lock, but that was reversed very quickly. And now Sika gets caught by Denny Brown, who reverses out of it to a side headlock. I don't think that's going to do enough damage. Shot off the ropes over the top rope, and now Denny's on the apron. Fights his way back, and Sika staggered into the ring. Has him up across the shoulders. Well, that is normally the precursor to the Samoan drop, and that is a finisher for sure. Denny Brown has got to avoid being in that position. You do not want to get across the shoulders of a Samoan. Denny Brown managing to get the rear waist lock on. The power advantage starting to show. Yeah, Denny Brown cannot match strength or power with the Samoans. He's going to have to out-wrestle him. He's going to have to outspeed him. Definitely going to have to outthink him. Look at that. Just ran right into him like a freight train. Yeah, we mentioned early on, Sika doesn't normally do singles matches. Well, you wouldn't know it to be watching him right now. Doing a tremendous job early on in this one. And now biting the fingers of Denny Brown. Well, the crowd may be starting to cheer for the Samoans nowadays, but that doesn't change their DNA makeup. They are still the same team they've always been. They're rough, they're tough. Yes, they're violent. They're also highly effective at what they do. You might not like the means and the methods, but you can't argue with the results. Two-time tag team champions here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Denny Brown now on the receiving end. That double axe handle nicely done, and Sika rolling him over for the cover, but the referee is currently dealing with the turnbuckle pad. Sika sends him to the ropes, back out front, drop down, nicely done. Back body drop all the way up, and Denny Brown learning the rules of gravity. Whatever goes up will come down, and Denny just found out the hard way. Sika with a headbutt. Oh, that one definitely got the full attention of Denny Brown. From the middle rope now, the Samoan drive. Oh, my. What a body shot that was. He just creamed him. Denny Brown on the apron now. And Sika handing out more punishment. Face first into the mat he goes. And now goes for the cover. Referee's in position. And Denny Brown kicking out, but I'm not sure he's doing himself any favors in doing so. Well, Denny Brown hit the floor, and as soon as he turned around, saw Appa there, and he said, never mind, I'm going back in. Ring awareness is something that's big in the world of tag team wrestling, but even in singles wrestling, you need to know where you are at all points in time. And again, the turnbuckle pad being affected. Off the ropes, elbow right to the jaw. Denny Brown has him up in the air. Pile driver. That's a devastating move, that pile driver, and not too many people get up from it. Sika taking his moments to get up from it, but he is. Denny Brown now, nice move right there, going with a suplex, and now another one. And now the straight jacket suplex, and he arches into a bridge, into a pinning combination. What a victory this is going to be. Oh, he couldn't keep him held down. Off the rope, Sika back out front. Arm drag nicely done by Denny. Into the turnbuckle. Denny Brown right now looking for the biggest upset of his career if he pulls one off here. Yeah, on paper, I would have to say my money would be going on Sika. The size, the strength, the power, the experience. There's a big super kick right to the jaw. Might have turned his lights off. That is the factory reset button right there being pressed. And Denny Brown, you see him clutching his head. He might be in concussion right now. Up, and there's a Samoa drop. It's all over. Yeah, I don't think Denny Brown gets out of this one. No, sir. No, sir. It is all over. Thank you for playing. We take a look back, ladies and gentlemen. Back body drop right there, nicely done by the Samoan. What a test this was for Denny Brown. He withstood punishment that would have put another man down much sooner. He managed to continue coming back, delivering more and more punishment, but at the end of the day, simply could not overcome the onslaught. You saw right there, Appa trying to reach for that ankle. That was another point. He had to contend with not just the man in the ring, but the man outside the ring. Well, here's how close he came. Watch the referee's hand. There's two. Watch it. Just about to come down for the count of three and just got that shoulder up. That's how close it was. And that super kick right to the jaw really lit him up. And here we're going to see it. The Samoan drop. And that's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. There is no tomorrow after that one. Big victory for the Samoan. We'll be back with our main event. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday morning Superstars of Wrestling on the Nation Network.
Come on, you guys. It's only a little. A hungry giant.
Hungry for a big honey taste.
Big taste, honeycomb, big taste.
Honeycomb taste. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not small.
No, no, no. Honeycomb's got a big honey taste. Big, big crunch for a big, big bite.
Honeycomb cereal, part of this big, complete breakfast.
Honeycomb's a big, big bite. Yeah!
All right, fans, we are ready for our main event. And take a look at this. He is the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, Antonio Inoki.
From Hiroshima, Japan, weighing in at 238 pounds, the International Wrestling Grand Prix Heavyweight Champion, Antonio Inoki.
Well, Antonio Inoki recently recapturing that heavyweight championship. We know that he's going to be defending that next week. We don't know all the details as to who he'll be defending it against, but we know we're going to see some great action in Japan next week. Fans, make sure you're here on the Nation Network. You don't want to miss this one. I can promise you that.
From Nagata, Japan, weighing in
Oh, take a look at this guy. The Giant Baba. You know, one thing about Japanese culture that many people are aware of is they are normally not the most statuesque men in the world. Average height in Japan can be somewhere in the ballpark of 5'9". This man clearly head and shoulders above most of his compatriots.
Well, the Giant Baba is a legendary name in Japan. He's a household name in Japan. Much like we have Andre the Giant, they've got the Giant Baba. And like Andre, he's able to step into that ring over the top rope.
Well, I'll tell you right now, it is a very special day here for us in the World Wrestling Federation to have these two gentlemen headlining Saturday Morning Superstars of Wrestling. Once again, if you're just joining us, it is going to be a great week of professional wrestling here for the World Wrestling Federation, as we will indeed be going on tour to Japan. The Tokyo world-famous Egg Dome will be the setting for a super card of wrestling. The Assassin thrown over the top rope now, and Inoki, what's he got in mind? Oh, he is going to town on the Master Assassin right now, is Antonio Inoki. And now making the tag, here comes the Giant Baba. Clotheslines him down.
Well, Giant Baba used to actually try to be part of a professional basketball league in Japan, but found professional wrestling, and he enjoyed that more.
I can imagine he would. He has had a very lucrative career in Japan as a professional wrestler. He has starred in movies. Clothesline now, and the Assassin going after Antonio Inoki. And look at Inoki going back to work on the Master Assassin now.
Master Assassin's going to find out the last thing you want to do is you do not want to fire up Antonio Inoki. He did not become the champion by accident.
Oh, look at that. He is going to town. Inoki just took off. Oh, coast to coast, side to side, and everybody flying. There's the tag made. Giant Baba now. What's going on with the camera crew? Inoki setting him back in under the bottom rope, and now Baba Oh, there's that big chop that he is known for. Going for the cover. Will that be enough? And the Assassin taking Giant Baba down. Baba with the big chops. Clothesline. Well, the Assassin right now is going to have to find a way to make a tag, because tag team wrestling, one thing we know about it, you have to cut the ring in half. And thus far, the Japanese team has done a far superior job. They are lining him up. What do they have in mind here? Oh, my goodness. Double shoulder block. Inoki colliding with the official. And again, the Masked Assassin had the opportunity to make the tag, and he passed it up. Look at this. He's back up on his feet now. Oh, the Assassin is in trouble. Inoki down as the Assassin going to work on him here. Missing big opportunities is the Masked Assassin to get himself out of this situation he's in. Yeah, he should have made the tag a long time ago, in my opinion. I think he's making mistakes here, taking way too long, and pays the price. Look how close he was right there to getting out of problems. And instead, referee has got to learn how to get the hell out of the way. I'll tell you that right now. This is getting tiresome. Well, as we said, it is a new year. Perhaps things will change, although probably not. Tag is made, and now the double team once again on the Assassin, who really has nowhere left to go. There's that chop to the cranium. Goes for the cover. Will that be enough for the win? Oh, he slips out the back door, just barely. Baba one more time. Well, Baba's got hands the size of frying pans, and I'll tell you what, look at him trying to take him down by the leg as the Assassin, and Baba just throws him as if he were nothing. Into the turnbuckle he goes. And now the Giant Baba with a back elbow. A series of them. Still unable to make the tag. Well, this team from Japan really looking like a well-oiled machine at this point in time. Double back body drop sends them high into the lights. Oh, look at that one. Inoki a little surprised. Back heel kick to the head. Antonio Inoki right now with the Masked Assassin right where he wants him. Oh, nice block by the Assassin. Nice block by Inoki. Oh, and he caught him. Horowitz got caught off the apron. Antonio Inoki has him up across the shoulders. Oh, lights out. That's it for the Masked Assassin, ladies and gentlemen. Referee there for the count of 1, for 2, and Horowitz making the save. Well, that's the first time he's actually been in the ring, even though it wasn't legal. That knee strike catching him. There's another one. Antonio Inoki going for a submission. Look at this, a variation of the Cobra Clutch, the move we talked about earlier that may be getting banned here in the world of professional wrestling. Managed to reach in there, and he caught him, thumb to the eyes. And look at Inoki right back up for more. Well, he is the heavyweight champion in Japan for a reason. And now finally making the tag. Here comes Barry Horowitz, but just for good measure. Horowitz now going to try and steal one here. Shoulders are down, and Inoki able to kick out. Look at that face-off between the two men momentarily. Horowitz coming up with a nice series of kicks right there. I wonder if he's ever spent any time in Japan. Bit of a familiar style to the way he was just going after Inoki. Well, he's had a lot of time to sit there ringside and watch as his partner has been literally just taken apart. And now Inoki turning the tables on Barry Horowitz. Into the corner. There's the tag made, and now the double team coming up here. Irish whip, Horowitz to the ropes. Double shoulders, almost took him out of his boots with that one. Look at this, nice takedown into a submission hold, but he got to the ropes. Horowitz managing to get to the ropes, and now the Giant Mama. What's he gonna do with him here? Has him up. Oh, the Giant Pile Driver. And the save was made by the masked assassin, or this one would have been over.
Giant Baba, when that pile driver came down, that's a lot higher up than what you would normally be for a pile driver, and they're not good under any circumstances, but if they're going to be worse, that would be the way.
From the three-point stance, they continue. And there is another tag made. Inoki caught him coming in. Has him up across the shoulders. Lights out. Horowitz there to make a save once again. Series of forearm strikes now. The assassin getting back up slowly to his feet. Inoki has him up again. Go. Look out. Are you kidding me? Referee, do something about this already. Spinning back fist. That one knocked him out cold. He's out.
Yeah, I don't think he's kicking out of this one.
Absolutely not. What a victory. Fans, it is going to be an exciting week of professional wrestling for the World Wrestling Federation as we head to Japan. The best names in the business will be colliding, and I can guarantee you Antonio Inoki will be there. Giant Baba will be there. Who else will be there? Tune in and find out.
We talk about a taste of the Orient. We got that right here tonight with our main event. Two of the biggest and best names in the history of Japanese wrestling on display here Saturday morning.
Fans, don't forget we're going to be posting a poll on the Nation Network. Should the Cobra Clutch be outlawed? You'll have an opportunity to vote. Let your voice be heard. Sergeant Slaughter is counting on you. We also hope to have an update on the condition of Mr. Fuji. Look at this. That knee right to the forehead knocked him out.
Here are your winners, Antonio Inoue and Giant Baba.
What's it gonna be like in Japan, ladies and gentlemen? We'll find out together. We'll see you there. So long.